Hey, what's up guys, it's TechZoomer talking to you here, and in today's video, as you can see, I've got something special. After years of filming my every YouTube video with my iPhone, it's time to retire it. Yes, I bought the Sony 6700. Yes, the new APS-C lineup camera from Sony. This is incredible. I also bought this 15mm F1.4 lens that will be available for this camera. So I'm really excited. In today's video I will unbox it and just have my first impressions on this camera. I will also show you the differences between in quality of my iPhone 14 Pro Max and the Sony 6700. But later down this week or the next week I will have a full review and of course comparisons with my iPhone. So if you are excited for that, don't forget to drop a like down below, subscribe to my channel. Let's unbox this camera, shall we? To start the unboxing of the Sony A6700, you first start with the camera, of course. You just open the box, get all of the paperwork out, and then you pick up the camera. First, you need to pick up the strap that it comes on the box. This is the first accessory that you get, not bad. Then you get this paper bag, very weird, but it's recyclable, so props to Sony to trying to make this box and this camera the less environmentally impactful camera as possible. So yeah, we need to protect the environment, and Sony, good job. Then we open the camera and we get this beautiful thing. The hardware is incredible. It already feels premium in the hand. Feels heavy, but not heavy that it actually hinders the performance of the camera. It feels premium, just like the iPhones do feel premium. Then you get the Z batteries, which are the best batteries ever. These are the high performance batteries from Sony, and it gives you very good battery life. The strap, the camera, and the battery. That's all it comes on the box. No charger. Then we open the lens, and this lens comes on plastic wrap. I understand why. This needs protection. This is a very fragile, very expensive piece of equipment. And again, on the lens box, you just get the lens itself, and you get this protective cover for the lens flares when the sun hits directly on the lens. Again, simple things. These are really simple. The camera has this plastic protection for the sensor that you can remove really easily, and the lens also has this same plastic protection that on the support where it actually fits on the camera, you need to protect the lens. This is a 15mm F1.4 lens on a APS-C camera, so the equivalent to a 22mm, 23mm, and of course a f2.1 on a full frame. This is a G lens, so the equivalent of a G Master on the APS-C lineup. This is, in my opinion, a really good lens for the things that I want to do in this channel. But I really need to get another lens for zooming and taking photos on this camera. Has 4 customizable buttons on this camera, the screen. All of this feels good, feels premium, and I think the whole system is just a really well-built one. The screen flips up for you to see what you are recording when you are actually recording. Really important, because sometimes you actually forgot to click record, or sometimes you are out of frame or you are not well positioned on frame. Really helpful. On the sides, you also have the USB-C port, the headphone jack connection for the microphone, and the SD card slot. So, this is the Sony A6700, and this is the new Sony APS-C camera. This is the new camera from Sony for the APS-C lineup, and of course, this camera features so many things that I cannot tell you in one video. But this video is not supposed to be a review. This video is my first impressions and, of course, the unboxing video. And my first impressions already with this camera is that it's really premium and really easy to use. I think cameras have, for a while now, been difficult for normal people to use. Like for 10 years, smartphones have been getting much better cameras, and now I think everyone just uses their phones. No one actually really cares about cameras, just enthusiasts like me. But I think that Sony is taking a new approach. These APS-C Sony cameras, and really the new full-frame cameras like the Sony ZV-E1 or even the Sony A6700 IV, all of those cameras are really good. But intuitive, it's the most important thing that a camera needs to be. And I think these new APS-C lineup cameras, especially the latest Sony cameras, have been much better in that regard. But why did I buy a camera? Well, we need to start at the beginning. Because once I started my YouTube channel 2 years ago, I made a promise to myself. Once I monetize my YouTube channel, I will buy a camera. Until then, I will just use whatever iPhone do I have. And for the latest 2 years, I've used iPhones to record all my videos. And you don't need more than that. You just need a good phone. You just need an iPhone with good video, record 4K video, 30 frames per second for YouTube is way more than enough. But I was able to monetize my channel like 6 months ago. And the opportunity came after a few months of monetized videos to buy a camera. And I'm so happy, guys. Thank you. Thank you for watching my videos, for liking the videos, and for spreading the word and spreading my videos out so I can have more subscribers, more views, and fulfilling my dream of becoming a full-time YouTuber. But, of course, I'm still very far away. But one of my first and biggest objectives was to buy a camera for my YouTube channel, and now I've done it. This is the Sony A6700 and its APS-C lineup, and also I bought a lens. This is the 15mm lens F1.4 for the APS-C lineup. This is the G lens, so the equivalent of the G Master. It's really good. It's one of the best lenses for this type of video recording, talking head, and product showcasing, so I think this was a really good choice. But let's now go for the camera, and the first aspect that this camera impressed me was the build quality and the weight. This camera feels premium, feels very comfortable to hold on. I've held and used other Sony 6000 series cameras, and the grip was much smaller, and I don't think the build quality was as much better as this one. This is magnesium alloy. This is really, really comfortable to hold on, to use, feels extremely premium. All the buttons are very clicky. They are very, very premium to hold and to press. The dials also feel very good. The screen is the same as the Sony A7 IV. It flips out, so I can flip out the screen and rotate it towards the camera and show whatever you are seeing right now is whatever I should be recording. So it's very helpful when I'm recording videos. I want to see myself. So, yeah, really good. This also features an EVF, which is this thing right here, for you to take photos and videos. Other Sony cameras like the Sony FX30, the ZVE1, all of those are really good video cameras, but they are not good photography cameras. And that's one of the main reasons that I bought this one instead of those ones. Although my channel is all about video and I really need just a video camera for that, then I should have just bought the Sony FX30. But no. I really like photography, and one of my main objectives was to actually enter this world of photography. So I bought an hybrid camera because it can do both worlds really well. This is the same sensor as the Sony FX30. You just take the plastic thing out and you can see the sensor right there. This sensor is really good. This sensor is an APS-C sensor, so it's a cropped sensor from the full frame. Currently, to experts, it's about 1.5 times the crop of a full frame sensor. But it's okay because this 15mm lens, which I bought, is already made for that. This is a 15mm on the APS-C, but if you want to convert it, the zoom or the crop factor on the full frame, it's about a 23mm lens, and the f-stop, instead of being 1.4, it's equivalent to 2.1. So this lens, I think it's the perfect option for me. All the dials also on this lens feel very premium. This aperture dial, which is this ring right here, it's really smooth, it's really good. This one is not as smooth, but it's also really useful. I think this one is for exposure. I don't know, I think this is a customizable dial. Exposure, focus, whatever you want to put it. This is not a zoom lens. You cannot zoom this lens. This is a prime lens, so you cannot zoom further than 15mm. But for that, I will buy a separate lens. I will buy a zoom lens, probably the 18-100-05. This is a very good lens. It's a f4 stop. It's a G lens also for the APS-C lineup. Maybe in the next 2 weeks I will buy it just for my photography needs. But for now, for the beginning, this lens for the YouTube channel is way more than enough. Then, going back to the camera, all the buttons here are really premium and the dials are really easy to use. And I think that's one of the main things that I also decided to buy this camera, because the Sony cameras are really more intuitive than the other cameras. And the image quality and the Sony color science is much, much better than Canon or Nikon or even other brands. The Fujifilm, I also like it, but it's not my favorite when compared to the Sony. The Sony is really my favorite. The autofocus performance on these cameras is crazy. Now, this has AI, which will help it autofocus even better. So, I don't know. It's really hard to tell you on a video which I'm not filming with the Sony. Stop the video. I will show you a video sample of the Sony right now. So, this is a little reward for you to keep watching. So, what if I start vlogging now? I think it's a good setup. This camera is very cool. This is a test for the vlogging. Yeah, oh my god, the quality is so much better than the iPhone already. I'm so impressed. I'm so happy, guys. Oh my god. But in today's video again, I will show you the differences between the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the Sony A6700. But towards the end, of course. I don't know what to tell you. This is a dream come true. But before I end this video, I need to tell you this, guys. I don't think you need to buy external cameras or different cameras than your iPhone. You don't have the need to do it. I think if you are a normal consumer that likes to take photos and videos for your family, then the iPhone is completely overkill. But if you want to do your YouTube channel, you are a small YouTuber like me, or even smaller, or you are starting your YouTube channel, I don't think you need to buy cameras and very expensive gear. Your phone is your best friend for that. All the footage I've had for the last 2 years has come from an iPhone. And you subscribe to me, you watch my videos. And that's really important because that means that the footage quality is not as important as the content itself and my opinions. So yes, I can make this footage all that pretty, I can make it much better looking, I can make the sound quality much better, which is I think is more important than video quality itself. If you have good sound quality, people will bear with the lower quality on the video side. But if you have really good video and really poor sound quality, everyone will leave the video because the sound, in my opinion, is much more important than the actual video quality. People, again, really care much more about the sound quality than the video quality. But I also think video quality is important, that's why I bought this camera. But coming back to my point, the iPhone 14 Pro Max, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, the iPhone 12 Pro, all these phones I filmed all my videos with are really good to shoot YouTube videos. You don't need more than that. So if you have a recent iPhone, like from the iPhone 11 upwards, then you don't need more than that to shoot YouTube videos, to vlog, to do whatever you want to. So don't waste money at the beginning of your YouTube career without knowing that you really want to do so. So what I mean by this is like, do you want to spend hours and hours of working for the next 2 years before you start monetizing your channel? Then you would buy a camera and then you start paying off that investment. Or this is just a hobby for you, this is just for fun, and after 2 months you will get tired of it. This is really important because you will be on a really bad side if you spend the money, you splurge the money, and then you don't really use it, and you end up selling it for a loss. So be very careful with that. But again, thank you guys, because you fulfilled my dream of becoming a real YouTuber now. I'm joking, of course, but you have fulfilled my dream to be able to buy a camera. And I think for the last 2 years, all my hard work has paid off. Like 3 videos a week, every single week, without vacation, for like 2 years is difficult. It's not easy to juggle that with university, with my workouts, with my family time, with playing time, with fun time. It's not easy. Although I really love this job, like this is one of my favorite things to do on planet Earth, sometimes it can get you tired and you feel like, oh my God, this is hard. But it's these moments and these things that actually make me keep going. It's your comments, your criticism, which in my opinion is the most important part. I don't want yes men's on my team. I just want people telling me what I need to improve and how can I do it to improve. So if you want to leave your suggestions on the comments down below for what can I do with the Sony A6700, then go forward, tell me whatever I need to improve. In the next few weeks or in the next week, so I will build a new setup for this, a temporary setup, because I think this is not good enough for my channel. I will improve it much further. I will put a monitor, I will put mouse, a mechanical keyboard. I will create a setup closer to my other setup that I had like a month ago. So that would be a temporary setup, and maybe in the next 2 months I will settle down on a different place and I will create my permanent setup. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I think this is the thing that I need to take in this video. Thank you guys for watching and for enabling me to buy this such cool piece of gear. This will be part of my channel from now on, and I'm really thankful. So no further ado, let's switch from the iPhone 14 Pro Max to the Sony A6700. So this is the camera quality of the Sony 6700. This is the first time that I'm shooting a video for my channel using a camera. It's quite weird. I have the display right there, the camera right there, and I have to switch and look to the camera because this is a very different mindset than the iPhone, which just has the camera. But of course, to prove you that I'm not shooting on the 14 Pro Max. This is the 14 Pro Max. Of course, again, this is my main iPhone, the phone that I shoot every single video. But now it has been replaced by the Sony 6700. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the image quality and of course the sound quality. The sound quality is still used by this DJI mic that I have on my shirt, but still, the image quality is coming from the 6700. This is 4K, 30 frames per second at 100 ISO, 1:60 at shutter speed, so following the 180 degrees rule, and of course at f2.0. So let me know in the comments below what you think, and of course, do you prefer it with this white background or adding some color like this? Let me know in the comments below which type of setup do you prefer. Of course, in the next week, I will build a full setup here with a computer monitor, keyboard, mechanical keyboard, MX Master mouse, a full blackout table, so much better, almost like my old setup, but I think some kind of renovated. But that's only a temporary setup. I will need to figure it out, which setup will be my next definitive one. Let me know in the comments below what you think. While you're there, do not forget to drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching. This has been great. I'm so thankful for having this nice of a camera. I love this picture quality. I love this footage quality. But let me know your opinion in the comments down below. Do you prefer this to the iPhone? Let me know there. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Tech Smart talking to you here. Bye bye.